Have you met someone who is tone deaf? Have you met someone who struggles to recognize pitches? Have you met someone who doesn't know how to sing in tune? What is tone deafness? Can it be cured? All of this and more we shall be looking at in today's video. Hello there, guys, and welcome to Music with Solomon of Fame. So, what is tone deafness? When you say someone is tone deaf, what do you mean? Tone deafness, scientifically known as amusia, is actually a perceptual disorder that affects a person's ability to discern musical pitches correctly. Okay, you must have come across this one person that struggles to recognize pitches. You say do, the person says do. You say do, the person sings do. And the person is like, but I'm singing the correct thing. The person doesn't even know that he or she is not hitting the actual pitch. Okay, so to a certain extent, that is tone deafness. Now, let us explore some potential causes of tone deafness. Number one, genetics. Yes, you heard me, genetics. You see, specific differences in our genes affect how each person hears and understands musical notes. Okay, these differences affect how our brains, recognize and understand sounds, basically. Okay, making it a bit tricky for some people to recognize musical pitches. Okay, so when we say that genetics is involved in tone deafness, we are simply saying that your family history and the genes you inherit can play a role, as to how you see and understand music generally. Surprising? Number two, lack of exposure. Now, this has nothing to do with where you live or where you grew up in, even though some people have argued it does. Now, lack of exposure in this sense has to do with exposing children or people to music at a very tender age. Okay, now music has a way of opening up the minds and the brains of people. So if you expose a child to music from a very tender age, it has a way of developing the pitch perception of that child. Okay, so lack of exposure could also cause tone deafness. Number three, loss of hearing. So hearing difficulties, whether it's congenital or it's acquired, can affect how a person perceives and understands musical notes. Okay, obviously, if you have problems with hearing, okay, imagine sounding a pitch to a deaf person. I mean, it explains it. Okay. Number four, brain differences. So basically, research findings point to the possibility that tone deafness, which we've said is known as amusia, tone deafness may be linked to structural or functional disparities in the brain. Okay, so several studies have shown or have proposed that individuals experiencing amusia might display variations in the anatomy or connectivity of specific brain regions closely associated with auditory processing and music perception. So differences in our brains also has a role to play with respect to tone deafness. So the big question to ask is, can tone deafness be cured? So there is currently no known cure for true tone deafness. However, there's hope that it can be improved. Okay, there's hope for improvement and even possible elimination. Okay, so here are some strategies to address and work on pitch related challenges, okay, or what you call tone deafness. Number one, music lessons. With music lessons, you have a chance of improving the quality of your ear. When you're tutored by a trained by a skilled person, there are things to be done during the course of the lessons to ensure that the condition is improved. Number two, ear training. Okay, so ear training has to do with some exercises that will help you understand musical tones better. Okay, so ear training. Number two. Number three, practice singing. I mean, you just cannot keep practicing. Okay, you want to be better at something, you have to practice. Number four, you can embark in pitch matching games. Okay, there are some games that tend to help you improve your pitch recognition. Number five, regular practice. So you just do not want to practice, but you want to practice regularly. Okay, while some people might find it more challenging to develop their musical ear, the majority can actually enhance their pitch perception with dedication and the right guidance. Okay, so don't be discouraged if you're passionate about enjoying music. Okay, but maybe you're tonally deaf. Don't be discouraged. Okay, you can be better. Seek the assistance of a music teacher, or you can, in fact, seek for assistance. Okay, until I see you next time. Music with Solomon. Fam. Peace.